My name is Kevin Lau, and I am the composer of Under a Veil of Stars. The piano trio is, for me, a unique ensemble. On the one hand, it's an ensemble that speaks with a great deal of intimacy, just by virtue of the fact that these three musicians are working so closely with each other. But it is also an ensemble that has this remarkable spectrum of dynamics and colors and textures. All of that contributes to giving the piano trio a kind of symphonic dimension. And I think for this reason, the piano trio has kind of endured over time. And I'm just very lucky to have played a small part in that lineage.
I've been so lucky to work on a wide variety of Kevin's music, and I just find his music to be so genuine, and it really transports you into this fantastical, almost luminous sound world. His music gives me shivers from its just absolute sheer beauty.
This album is special because it is a collaboration among friends. We've all known each other for so many years, and we've each worked together in many different ways. And here we're united by our love for Kevin's music.
The reason I love Kevin Lau's music is that he makes strong emotional connections. As a player, I also love that he writes incredibly well for the instrument. He really gets the great things about chamber music, the sense of dialogue and collaboration.
This is the first album I've been involved with where the album features exclusively my own music. And this is a lovely opportunity, but it's made all the more special by the fact that I've been working with these three musicians for over a decade, and we have these wonderful relationships. And Angela and Scott and Rachel are not only masters of their craft and brilliant technicians, but also wonderful people who put their whole body and soul into their music making.
The original inspiration for this album was our previous trio, myself with Angela Park and my late partner, Jonathan Barrick. We commissioned Kevin for the big trio on this album, Under a Veil of Stars. And Kevin also wrote the duo for violin and cello, Intuitions No. 2, for Jonathan and myself.
I think it's fair to say that Jonathan's spirit looms large over this whole album. And he is in many ways the fourth musician in this project.
The recording of Under a Veil of Stars is dedicated to Jonathan. And the recording of these pieces particularly, for me, is infused with his spirit.
Working on this album has been a really special experience for me. Rachel and Scott are musicians and friends that I respect so much, and each of us has a very close connection with Kevin. It was actually his music that brought the three of us together, and it has been just so much fun and very kind of emotional and fulfilling to work on this project with all three of them.
Well, in this album, people can expect to experience a magical journey, hear a world of humor, sparkling ideas, radiance, and beauty.
And there are also elements of his writing that are extremely driving and exciting, both to play and I think to listen to as well.
We always create albums kind of to be listened to from start to finish. But in this case, there's so much variety of intensity and expression that you can kind of pick and choose just choose what you feel like any day. There are tracks that are just full of beautiful melodies, some that are maybe more energizing, and some that will just transport you to that other world, maybe escaping from the everyday.
Each of the pieces on this album reflect my musical personality in some way. But what they have in common is my belief that there's something transcendent about music. There's something about music that goes beyond the bounds of language, that takes us on a journey to a place where we didn't even realize we needed to go. Ultimately, I really hope that this music provides a sense of comfort and a sense of meaning, especially for those of us who are experiencing difficult times.
Even though there's complexity and stormy moments, his music always manages to just reach right through and directly touch your heart. For me, no matter what, this music always moves me very deeply.